Welcome to the POMcast with Stephen Willis. Now we're going to do things a little different. We are going to provide an honest look at Ole Miss athletics for the fan, by the fan, and of the fan. That is what we do. Hell be to me. I'm just kidding. Tune in for some Ole Miss sports news. We're going to give it to you straight. Yeah, right now. The POMcast starts now. It happens now. Holy cow. Listen to me. It's starting. Well, it's going to start right about now. Good morning. Welcome to the POMcast on this Friday morning. Hope everybody made it through yesterday. All well. If not, our thoughts are with you. We're here at the POMcast. I'm your host, Stephen Willis, and today we're going to go over spring practice 2, the pro day, Coach Yo at the WNIT, and baseball's doubleheader today at Alabama. First pitch is at 2 o'clock to start the doubleheader. The second game is slated for 6 o'clock, but of course that is subject to change based on the first game. But that's what we're looking at today. We're going to add another camera angle to the POMcast today. So we're going, like I promised way back when, we're going to do a show with a 3-shot broadcast. So we're trying to do that, and we're building it up. Of course, our goal to be up and running and as a finished final product is at the end of April. So we're working towards that. We're also working to add partners, both Ole Miss and not, and we're looking at advertising down the road as well. Of course, if you're looking for coverage of Ole Miss and you love the POMcast and you want a little bit more, go on over to the Rebel Walk, therebelwalk.com. Those guys do a great job of covering all the sports, and of course, all the content is free. I am a big proponent of live free content or die, basically. There's no sense in even paying for coverage anymore because the turnaround and knowledge gets spread around so quickly. The Rebel Walk does a great job of basically providing a subscriber level experience to their customers while all the content being free. It's a very positively Ole Miss type organization, and I recommend that you all, get in line with that. Get in. Is the word get in line, maybe? But the rebelwalk.com, you can see them. Let's see. Nope. I always guess wrong. It's that side. But for us, after we do all that, you can catch us at Twitter at the Rebel Walk, of course, or at the Stephen Willis. You can catch us on Facebook at facebook.com/POMcast, POMcast. Positively Ole Miss on YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications. You'll know when we're streaming, and not only that, you'll know what we're streaming about. That's an important thing. So if it's something you might not be interested in, you can just skip over it or come back to it at a later time. Also, you can catch us on Twitch at Positively Ole Miss, all one word. We have a catch-all for all our video content, Ole Miss and non-Ole Miss, at Willis Digital Media on YouTube and Willis Digital Media on Twitch. Those are the two avenues that you can take if you're interested in Ole Miss and non-Ole Miss content. We haven't really started the non-Ole Miss stuff. Don't worry, you haven't missed anything. But we're thinking and basically incubating ideas of a review channel to where we do theme parks and Disney, Marvel level stuff. Disney Plus shows. Like today is the first day that you can stream the new Mighty Ducks series with Emilio Estevez in it. I'm very interested in that, and I'd be very interested to hear what people have to say about that. But that'll be on the Willis Digital Media channel. We're going to leave this channel, the Positively Ole Miss, is going to be Ole Miss related. So us, the Rebel Walk, any other partners and shows we add will be able to be streamed from there. So, also, if audio is your bag, we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. We're also on numerous minor podcatchers, but if we took the time to name them all, this would be longer than a 30-minute show. So basically, we are where you are already. Wherever you enjoy getting your information about Ole Miss sports, we're already there. So we're not asking you to go to a second location. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're not trying to milk you for money. You can get all the information you need right here and scratch that itch and save yourself, $10 a month. Go to McDonald's. Go have a fun. Go have a date night. With that, I think between the two sites, it would cost you like $250 a year. So that is what we are offering. That is what the Rebel Walk is offering. This is like a new way to get Ole Miss information. And let's see. I promised y'all that, and then I didn't do the 2-shot pod. I don't understand what's up with me. I'll go ahead and go to the next shot because I want it to look a little bit differently. I want it to feel differently, and as with the POMcast, one of my goals is for it to be as simple as possible, but look as complex as possible. So it's all about giving you that big real world network type experience while looking at little old me basically, and that's going to be a really neat thing as we progress this thing over the next month or two. It's going to be really fun. I spoke with Jake Evans from the Flagship Football Show. You guys see a lot of our content on our channel. They're going to be moving over to our platform fairly soon. That is great. And we're going to do a podcast. The video quality, we're going to work on raising the level of the quality of the video coming out and everything we're doing. But also, while he's not going to have to break the bank. So we're going to do the best we can. We're going to use all my experience in that category. And let's see. What else? Any other announcements? Like I said, baseball game at 2 and 6 today. Hoagland gets the first start and Casey gets the second start. Well, let's just move on over into spring practice. And we're going to do the press conference highlights in just a minute. And that way you can, hear from the word of mouth. Now, there's some weird questions that were asked, and they answered them anyway. And, they're obviously working on some kind of weird thing. I'm not really understand, but you'll be able to hear the answer by Snoop Connor in just a second when it comes to that. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do it now. This is the spring practice press conference highlights. I'll talk about it in just a second.
Oh, it's a blessing. I'm ready to build with the defense. Got Coach Durkin and Coach Partridge. They getting us final every day to go to work. And the guys, we just bunting every day, and we just coming together, coming along. It's going to be a great defense. No, I ain't thinking about leaving or nothing. It's just playing my role here. We know we had Ely, got Parrish. We rotating good, pretty good. So I knew it was going to work out.
It's been a lot different, definitely. First 2 years, obviously, the younger guys, you have guys like my first year, Alex and Mike and everybody. Last year was Royce, but it's pretty cool, obviously, to kind of be one of the older guys and have people kind of looking up to you.
Exactly what you said. It breeds competition and competitiveness. It make everybody better. You only good at the people around you, the people in your group. So that's where it started. It started in the guys group, the safety group. It started with us, getting us better. The D line start with those guys, getting those guys better. So things like that, it bring out competition and the best of everyone.
Parrish, he out right now, so I've been going with the one. So I've been getting a lot of reps with the one. So yeah.
Just don't take it for granted. Life has its ups and downs, but you just gotta tap in with God and just keep pushing. Just have a purpose of what you want, and just be ready to go all out behind it. I'm talking about all out behind it.
All right, that was Otis Reese, Snoop Connor, and Nick Broker talking about basically what's going on in spring. Otis Reese excited to get a full season this year at the helm of the basic Ole Miss defense. He's kind of the leader of that defense right now. And it'll be interesting to see how he progresses and how the defense progresses around him. It's kind of a back forward look, but the position group that looks to be solidified first through transfers and signees and everything will be the back, I don't know, for lack of a better word, back seven, but really back five. And then from there, they're going, handle the linebackers, and they've got those people in the front. They're always doing it all at once. But the one that looks to me that could have the most change going into this year is the back seven, and Otis Reese will be the leader of that. Nick Broker, nasty streak, doing great. I think Rivals rated him as the lowest possible 3-star coming out of high school. And not only that, their analysts defended his choice basically to the death. And I mean, he was not going to change his mind. He was not going to be deterred. He was certain about this. It was absolutely certain. Of course, we're looking at Nick Broker. He's going to be a 4-year starter, and there's already a mock draft come out with him as a top 5 pick. So that's what's going on and why you can't really look at recruiting and take that all that seriously. Now, Nick Broker, Otis Reese, Snoop Connor, running back. Henry Parrish, as he said, is out currently. I don't think it's a long-term thing. I think everybody's being overly cautious during the spring because people need reps. But Snoop Connor and Kentrell Bullock, this is probably invaluable for him. Snoop Connor has always been a short yardage guy. This is a chance for him to expand his game, to expand his role. And doing that will make it a little bit easier for him to become an every down back. Kentrell Bullock, he has chances to work on what's happening, and everybody, talking about how he's a little bit try hard at the moment. He's a typical freshman thing last year where you come in and you try to break every run into a 70-yard run. And he needs to just learn that sometimes a run is good for 3 yards. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can do, but it's a 3-yard run. But, keep dead plays dead. Make a play when you can. If there's not one to be made, get the most that you can get. I mean, a 3-yard carry is the way it goes. So it's a big spring for Kentrell Bullock and Snoop Connor, especially now with Henry Parrish and Jared Ely out. So it's a big running back room competition going on. Again, they breed three things: competition, fun, and pro mindset. Those are the 3 things of the culture at Ole Miss. That's what's trying to be built, and that is what is being built. So you can see that in all aspects of the team. There's close friends, but there's heavy competition between those guys. Let's see. So, yeah, we're just looking at the pod. One of my shots went away. Hopefully that comes back all right. There it is. So, that is kind of the look at spring practice. The big news yesterday is really there's no news, but Henry Parrish being out, providing more reps for Kentrell Bullock and Snoop Connor. That appears to be the news of the day when it comes to spring practice. We had Pro Day yesterday, by the way. And at Pro Day, we have a press conference coming up where, Lane Kiffin talks and Elijah Moore. But Elijah Moore put on a show. Actually, you know what? We're going to do the press conference highlights again. We'll do that real quick, and we'll talk about it after it's over.
Well, we don't really have a lot to do with the Pro Day. That's for the pros, and I know it's a little bit different because they didn't have the combine like you mentioned, so we don't do a whole lot in it. Sound like Elijah did really well, ran really well, said all the times were sub 4.4 and a lot of low 4.3s, so it's great for him to help himself. And I do think with him, you know, I think that it's important to understand his play count and his workload in a game is much different than a lot of these other receivers that you compare him to in the draft. So when you watch him, sometimes maybe he doesn't look quite as fast. Sometimes you got to understand, all right, he's playing a lot of plays and there's about, 5 to 10 seconds between snaps. He's not going back to a huddle sitting there for 30 seconds, So I've said all along he's an elite player. I should be a first-round draft pick. And with his work ethic, he's going to play for a long time, in that league.
Yeah, most definitely. Something I wanted to do, but, God makes changes, and I just had to adjust. And I'm just grateful that we got to do this, in front of the scouts. So, looking back, I know I'm going to have to tell a different story, saying I didn't get to go to the combine and do all that stuff, but it's still going to be a great story, though.
I think it's just going to get me prepared for the next level. I mean, the whole week at the Senior Bowl was a grind, playing against the best players in the country, and just being able to do Senior Bowl and get some tape out there at all 5 positions and playing the game, and then playing also all SEC schedule, and doing okay with that. So a lot of experience coming into the next level, and being able to do a pro day was really helping me out too. Just being able opportunity to test well.
Yeah, the pro day, Elijah Moore put on a show, ran 4.32, I think, and his 40-yard dash. It was basically a great day. He had Chad Kelly throw into him. DeMaurier Stringfellow was out there to go with Royce Newman, who you saw there as well. Kenny Yeboah, kind of, I think I heard, I don't know this, and I'm not doing a medical diagnosis, but it looked like he pulled his hamstring yesterday, and that affected his pro day there. Ole Miss is trying to put something together in the future so his pro day he can work out, but it's a very unfortunate thing. But both Royce Newman and Elijah Moore both performed quite well, and you can see it's kind of a unique thing with no combine this year. The pro days take on an even added significance, but you can see all the measurements and all the jumping and what they try to put players through, because they're trying to get the best possible read on basically all the players. So Elijah Moore is just showing out yesterday. I mean, he had 3 or 4 200-yard games last year. He was a heck of a player, and I wish him nothing but the best at the next level, because he is poised to be a star. Royce Newman as well. I wish them well as well. We are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will go to Coach Yo and talk about the women's NIT a bit, and we will talk a little bit about the baseball series. But until then, stick around.
You want to answer that, don't you? I bet it's just killing you seeing the soft glow just inches away. Someone wants to tell you something or ask you something. Oh, come on, answer it already! Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault. Next time, ignore your inner voice. Don't text and drive. A message from Florida's trusted choice independent insurance agents.
Hey, this is Stephen Willis. I just want you to stick around a little longer. We're going to get back to the podcast right after these messages.
Tonight, nearly 40,000 veterans across the country are homeless. These men and women have pledged to serve our nation, and now we must serve them. Landlords across the country have helped make significant progress in reducing veteran homelessness by making housing available, but there is more that we can do to bring our veterans home. Visit www.va.gov/homeless to see how you can get involved. And if you are a veteran and you are experiencing homelessness, please call 877-4AID-VET. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back to the POMcast. I am your host, Stephen Willis. POMcast stands for Positively Ole Miss. So, by the way, POM. That's where that comes from. Again, putting up the stuff for Like Our Show at Facebook, at Twitch, and of course, we're on at the Rebel Walk as well. You can catch us all of those locations. And it's a pretty good thing they've got going over there, and it's worth a check out by you. Moving on to basically the women's NIT Final Four is tonight at Collierville High School. It does sound weird to say something like the women's NIT is at Collierville High School. I don't understand that. I don't know exactly which dynamics were at play. But Ole Miss has done pretty well at Collierville High School, winning 3 games already. And with 2 more, they have a chance to be the champion of the tournament. I'm looking forward to the game tonight at 7 against Northern Iowa. Ole Miss wins that game. They will get the winner of Delaware and Rice for the championship. And after this is over, even if Ole Miss were to lose tonight, I think they would get the other game, because they would get a consolation game against the loser of the other game. So Ole Miss, either way, they've gotten 5 games in this tournament, is well worthwhile. Coach Yo is back tonight, and in doing so, she's pretty excited about it. But she did a press conference yesterday, just kind of pre-WNIT thing, and here's a little snippet of that.
All right. Extremely excited to be back with the team. This is an incredible opportunity for us. The girls have worked hard to get where they are. On the women's side, there are only 20 teams that are competing still, and we're one of them. So we don't take that for granted, and obviously we want to finish this with a championship. So we will want to be in the NCAA tournament. I mean, you play, that's a tournament that you do want to play in. But we didn't get in. So now when I just focus on, okay, where are we? We're in the NIT. I've talked to my staff about how incredible this has been for us to get these games. For my team to play a lot of basketball. That's incredible for us, big time. And so, it's funny because that the message boards are saying that, because I was just saying that, like, man, this is a phenomenal opportunity that we can potentially get 5 games. Like, there are teams that are home right now, hanging out, and we're still playing basketball. 20 teams left, and we're one of them. I mean, it's incredible for us and where we're trying to go. And I also don't think you can skip steps. So I just think this is where we should be in the NIT right now, and hopefully we can finish out with a full flush.
Yeah, it was a big opportunity for the girls. So many freshmen, the hugely ranked recruiting class last year. They were hurt by COVID earlier in the year, and this whole year it was been down. You can see one and done teams, supposed power teams in college football. They struggled this year, and that was because of that. And a bunch of freshmen and newcomers coming at Ole Miss. It put them a little bit behind the 8 ball there. But as you can see, as the season went on, they grew and they grew, and then all of a sudden ranked teams started falling, and they were playing NCAA teams down to the wire, and you can just see the growth of this young team in the WNIT, and they really needed these games. You say that all the time. That's a justification for playing in these games, but you really needed these games because that's a step for them to grow a little more. You can come into off-season work and fall camp very differently because of these 5 games and their progression on it. Now, 2 wins. They're 2 wins away from winning the tournament. It's the first Final Four in Ole Miss basketball history. That is not to be really sniffed at, but it's true. I mean, I understand it's the WNIT, but, just like the men's side got the first number 1 seed in Ole Miss history, this is the first Final Four in Ole Miss history, or the NIT semifinals. So that is interesting, exciting, and if you haven't got tickets already, get it for Collierville High School, and you can go see the Lady Rebs hopefully handle business tonight against Northern Illinois. Today, we have a little baseball action at 2:00, and that's going to be at Alabama. First game's at 2. Second game is at 6, barring extra innings or something for the second game. But hopefully they'll get as much of this series in as they can. The reason they're playing a double today and not a doubleheader on Sunday is I think on Sunday you have to play 7-inning doubleheaders. This will be 9-inning games, so it'd be definitely a let's play fully team. But starters will be Hoagland in the first game, Nikhazy in the second game, and close out with Derek Diamond. Any 2-1, and Ole Miss is ahead of schedule again after their sweep last week. But 5-1 going into the gauntlet that is Florida, Arkansas, Mississippi State would be a good place to be, and preferably 6-0. But you can't really count on a sweep on the road in the SEC. I think I'm going to give you a little bit of time back because I am a heck of a guy. Let's see, I hit the wrong button. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be back Monday with another episode of the POMcast to wrap up the weekend's work. Should have news on the women's NIT and the baseball series at that point. Next spring practice will be Saturday. We are trying to effort a member of the Rebel Walk to do just a instant reaction type video to the first Saturday of spring practice, where basically is open to the general public. You get to see what's going on yourself. So we're trying to do that. We're going to do an instant reaction with Chris Muller after the baseball series, whether it might not be instant reaction, but if they play 2 today, we might do a couple of videos tomorrow. It might be on Sunday, who knows, with baseball. But that is the plan right now. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below down in the comments section. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. I try to answer comments when I see them. So I will gladly continue to do that. But until Monday, I'm Stephen Willis, and this has been the POMcast. Thanks for watching. Hotty toddy.